Hi, my name's Sarah. I'm a conscious leadership and women in leadership coach, and I help leaders build confidence, resilience, and winning teams. So I've often get asked of how do you create a culture of open communication during change? Because let's face it, we've had a lot of change recently, even in this year. We live in a very volatile, changing world. So how do we keep that culture of open communication going? Well, I'm going to make an assumption in that you're an above the line leader. An above the line leader means you are open, you are willing to learn, you can learn from failures, you listen, you act with compassion and empathy. If you're below the line, you're much more compressed and nothing happens in that space because we're closed off. It stifles innovation. So, bearing in mind, hoping that you're an above the line leader or you've been thinking about how to create a winning team at least, you already have that culture of respect, of trust, of feedback. That is critical during change because you want to know where your employees are on that journey. Everybody takes information about change in different ways. They go through a different process. It's highly, highly unique. I've been, through changes many, many times, some of them positive, whereas very engaged and motivated. Some of them, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And as we know, nature abhors a volume. And that's the time when we can feel a bit negative, where people start creating their own stories. So really, you've got to set that culture of open communication with intention. Start thinking about, actually, this is my intention as a leader. This is what I want for my team and my company. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of it. I may not know the full extent of the change, but what can I tell my team now? Obviously, you have to check in with people, but acknowledge your employees' input. Even if you can't act on the input that they're giving you about this process, then tell them why that is. Listen reflectively and actively, and keep asking for their input, for their suggestions. This might be a change where you're going to need the team to sort of hyper perform afterwards. So maybe you need their input now. And I would always ask for their input, even if it is a bit of a drastic change. Acknowledge it and build that trust. Listen, ask questions, spend time with them, check in with them. And remember that some people won't share their feelings in a group setting. If they're a bit more reserved, you might have to spend some more one-to-one time with them. So really, by now, you should know your team, work with the individual, get that input, listen, and act what you can act upon. Hope that helps.